Breaking news! This just in from Florida. The Florida Panthers have been bought by the Superbman Group in Quebec City. More on this story as it comes to light. How's it going, boys? Johnny Superbman here, and it's time for us to start up our NHL 14 GM mode commentary. I've been waiting for this one. I know you guys have been waiting for this one. I just can't wait to use the new rosters to see what this whole new GM mode is all about. And I must say, I am already very, very impressed with what they've done to GM mode. I've already played a little bit by myself, and we'll get into all of that, okay? But let's start up our GM mode. And yes, you guys did hear right. Apparently, the Florida Panthers, they lost all finances, okay? They had nobody who wanted to buy them, so they had to relocate up here to Quebec City. Now, before we get into that, skill level superstar, hardcore simulation, let's get all this stuff out of the way. 25 years, season starting length, regular season, trades, computer trades, yep. Here's something new that you guys haven't seen, trade difficulty. Now, for GM mode, you can set the difficulty, I guess, for trades. I haven't done experiments with this just yet, but for our GM modes, we're always going to leave it on the hardest difficulty, okay? Waivers, I'm just going to turn off. I don't know if they fixed it in this game, but I just like to have waivers off. Starting rosters, current NHL salary cap on, authentic cap penalties. So basically, if there's any teams right now in the current NHL that have cap penalties or whatever, you can have them on going into this. But I'm going to turn them off so that every team gets reset to 0. Okay, it's a lot better that way. Draft pick ownership, we're going to go to classic, so everyone gets a good draft pick. Fantasy draft is off. GM firing is off. Auto sign free agents, I think that's something new as well. I'm going to leave that off. Rules, this should be pretty straightforward. Yep. Advanced settings. Okay, there's something real cool in here, and I swear to God. Hang on one second. Assistant coach edit lines. I'm going to turn this to no. Now look at this. Assistant coach rotate goalies. Are you freaking kidding me? I mean, I could be wrong, but I swear that's in there because when I went to Vancouver, I sat down with the guys who made GM mode, and I literally... I remember talking to them for like 5-10 minutes about this one thing, assistant coach rotate goalies, right? So that's actually in the game now. That's awesome. I mean, if that's in there because of my suggestion, that's unbelievable, man. And it does work. I've already used it. It actually does work. So you guys are going to love this new feature, assistant coach rotate goalies. I'm going to leave that on. Trade offer notifications on, waiver notifications on, retired jerseys on. Yep. All right, we're good to go. So let's go ahead here. So I don't know what happened there in Florida. Something happened. I guess the Tampa Bay Lightning are just taking over. Nobody wants to go to see the Panthers play anymore. It's way too hot. All right, so they've been relocated up to Quebec City. Now, I wanted to give Quebec City Nordiques. I wanted to name it that, but they don't have Nordiques in the name, and you can't have a custom name. So we still have the Quebec City Nordiques logo, but our team name is the Quebec City Aces, okay? That is our team name. I'm sorry, everyone who wanted the Quebec City Nordiques. They just didn't have the name in the game, okay? But Quebec City Aces. And I've already gone ahead and moved all the Florida Panther players onto this team, okay? So we still have the Florida Panthers roster, but we are in Quebec City. Abso-freaking-lutely. General manager name still doesn't matter, and we will go on hard difficulty, okay? So let us start up our GM mode commentary for NHL 14. Yes, computer will automatically fix teams. Now, this GM mode is definitely going to be a short GM mode, just this first one, this first video, just because I'm more just going to go over the roster, what we can, what we can't do, what our goals should be going forward, okay? I don't want to make any trades or sign anybody or do any simulation just because I want you guys to see what it is. This is my one that I started just doing some, what's it called? Just trying it out, doing some experiments. So we will go, let me just get this, QCA as the QC Aces, okay? So let's start up GM mode, and the reason I got the, I wanted to do the experiment, I always like to do an experiment before I start the actual series up, just in case there's some new things, and I'll go back to what I was saying earlier, man. GM mode has been completely overhauled, okay? I mean, I'll release a video to you guys showing you all the new improvements as well, but as a fan of GM mode, I mean, I don't know why I didn't see it in any of the promotion or trailers. I guess it's not really a marketing grab that they would want to use, right? But GM mode has been completely overhauled, boys, I must say, okay? So, you know, first things you'll see is 7 preseason games, you know, instead. The look, the way it looks, you know, they've updated that. Hang on, before I do anything else, let me just go to customize and turn off. You still have to turn off injuries from inside. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off injuries. I haven't done when I was doing my experiment. I didn't experiment with injuries on, but I want to turn injuries off. It's nice to have on into the playoffs, but during the regular season, I just hate having the simulation stop every 2 seconds. So we're going injuries off, okay? And yeah, let's take a look at our team here. What is the Florida Panthers all about? What can we expect from this team? Are we going to be a young team that can be, a playoff team this year? Are we going to have to rebuild? Are we going to have to make a trade? I don't know. So our salary cap right now is, we have $8 million, just over $8 million of cap space. So, we can get a superstar. We can get 2 players, 3 role players. We can definitely have some space if we want to make some moves or not. We got Brian Campbell, who's our best player, it looks like. All right. Oh, no, hang on. There's a few 84 overall guys, yeah. Dmitry Kulikov, Fleischman, Campbell, 84, 84, 84. Campbell's freaking contract, 7.145. That's for another 3 years as well, so it'd be nice to be able to move that guy if we could. All right, Versteeg, 83. Kopecky, 83. Goodbranson, 82. All right, Mueller, 82. Huberdeau, there's our stud right there. All right, he played in the QMJHL. He's happy to be playing back in Quebec City. 4.5 star, 82 overall, so he's going to be something. You can see the potentials are still the same. Shore, he looks pretty good. 3.5 green star, all right. All right, yeah, all this stuff. So what we can do is we can sort out by potential. So it looks like on our main roster, when it comes to skaters, for players of the future, we know Jonathan Huberdeau can definitely be a player of the future for us. Dmitry Kulikov, same thing, defensive player of the future. Goodbranson and Kulikov could be on your team, and Shore as well, but now we're getting into depth players, right? So as for forwards, going forward in the future, we really don't have any stud prospects coming up except for Jonathan Huberdeau, who looks like he's going to be one of the best players in the NHL by the time he's 26, 27, which is nice. Let's go down to our in the system. All right, and we don't have many prospects. We have a bunch of 4-star prospects, which is nice. I mean, those are second, third liners, right? There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm just saying, if we're going to go in the rebuild stage, it has to be prospects that we draft or trade for, because they don't have them here in Florida. But is the team good enough to become a playoff team? I don't know with the simulation engine still, right? I mean, we have a bunch of players here. I don't know how our team would do. Now, what we can do is goaltenders as well. I forgot about this. Markstrom, all right, so he's 80 overall, 23 years old. He's 4.5 stars, but it's red star, so it's more like 4 stars. But still, he could become a good goaltender. You don't know about that. So that's we can use Markstrom to start. And in the system, we got Hauser. Nothing really too special there. So we are lacking prospects here in Quebec. Okay, but again, I don't know how our team is right now. Now, when it comes to GM mode, again, I'm going to release a video showing you guys all the new updates, so I don't want to spend too much time here. But like when it comes to player growth, right? Players get better over the course of a year now, instead of just one day at the end of the season. So we can kind of, as our simulating's going, we can see if rookies are getting better or if they're not and trade them mid-year instead of waiting. So that's nice. Offer sheets, roster moves, all this stuff. Yeah, and we can check out free agents to see if there's any free agents that we want to sign. All right, let's see here. Yeah, you got Ron Hainsey, Ian White, Brendan Morrow, Antropov, Whitney, Boys, Raymond. So there's definitely some players that we could add to our roster right now for trying to make those playoffs. We have $8 million to spend. Okay. Potential. Yep. All right, so there's really no young studs that we can pick up in free agency. Not that I was expecting. I was just seeing. Goaltenders, you got Brizgalov, who's a free agent, DiPietro. So, Brizgalov to Florida might not be a bad idea, just as a veteran goalie and give Markstrom some time to get better, right? Only sign Brizgalov for like 2 years if we're trying to make the playoffs this first year, which I think we could try. I mean, we could definitely try. But this is what I mean. This is why I don't want to do any simulating or trading in this first video. I want you guys to see the roster, see what we're up against, and yeah, give me some opinions. Because we got to set a goal. I'm fine with rebuilding, but I want to know if I'm rebuilding and trade away older players like Versteeg and Campbell and Fleischman, because we don't need them, right? But if we're a playoff team, we do need them. Now, hang on one second. What was I doing? Coaching options, yeah, we can go to edit lines, just see how our lines look, basically. So if we're going into the season, we got Fleischman, Huberdeau, and Versteeg on the first line. Kopecky, Mueller, Bergenheim, yeah, starts to trail off. So we got some depth. Again, it's the new game, so I don't know if this is going to be able to withstand it. Defensemen, I got some decent defenders in there, but no one outstanding. And then goaltenders, I think if we had Markstrom on our team the whole season, we wouldn't be a playoff team. But if we get Brizgalov and a few other free agents, I think we could be a playoff team. Possibly. And if not, we can always trade them away at the trade deadline, right? So you guys have seen the team now. Again, I don't want to make this such a short video, but I don't want to go ahead too much. What we can do is we can take a look at some of the players on other teams, so you guys can let me know if there's any players out there that we can make trades for, right? Because there's no rules when it comes to trading or anything like that when it comes to NHL 14. We're starting a new game, okay? Because again, I'll show you guys in the older videos. As you can see, you can trade away first round picks now, right? But the later first round picks, the trade value is really low. So you can't trade away later picks and expect to get a lot back from them. You can still trade them away, but they're almost like second-round picks, you know? So that's kind of cool, but that's what I mean about trading. It's not like we can trade away every pick for Crosby now, you know, because the late picks don't work. So we'll go through every other team and just see some of the trade values from these players. And we'll also see any players that pop up in the red name, players that we can attain for our team, okay? So if you guys see anyone, you can see the overalls, you can see the age, you can see the salary. If you see anybody that you would think that would be good for our team going forward or just for this year, just go ahead and comment away, okay? So especially the players that pop up in the red font, because it's the same thing. It's really easy to get those players. Yeah, so we're just going to go to the top of the list, all right? Buffalo, nobody that they want to give up. Murphy, 58 overall. Yeah, potential probably. Chicago, nobody important. Yep. You guys probably want to see how good Nate McKinnon is. 64 overall, 4.5-star green potential. Man, he should be a 70-something overall. But whatever. Colorado. Columbus, nobody that they want to give away. Dallas, Tyler Sagan's up there. Nobody that they want to give away. Oh, yeah, I can check overall from here now. They've changed that. Anthony Mantha, I guess, been drafted by the Detroit Red Wings, right? So Detroit, I think, are willing to give up some prospect players here. Yeah, 4.5-star Anthony Mantha. All right, so there's a prospect that we could pick up if we're going down that route, okay? The Edmonton Oilers, LA Kings. Who the hell is this guy? Zhikov. He is, 4 green stars, right wing. He's available. 59 overall, though, not the greatest. But again, prospects. All right, Nashville, no. New Jersey, no. Islanders, no. JT Miller, all right, 73 overall, 20 years old. This guy looks like a pretty good player to pick up. 3.5 green stars, so a perfect third or fourth line center of the future for us. Okay. But again, I'm listening to all offers from you guys. We gotta figure out what our team is. You know, rebuilder, playoff team, whatever it be. We gotta figure out what it is. San Jose. Now seems like right now it's probably because we're in the beginning. But Martin St. Louis, he's on the list. But maybe as the season goes on, you know, more players will pop up on here. Hunter Shinkaruk and Gauntz. Okay, so a few teams are willing to give up their young guns. So we could go for the rebuilding route right away. There's definitely some players out there that we could re-sign, or not re-sign, but trade for. All right? And when you take a look at our team, there's the trade values for our team, all right? The players that we could trade away when it comes to trade value. Not the greatest, okay? We don't have like the greatest trade values here in Florida. Or not Florida, Quebec City. But we can still make it work. It's not the end of the world, all right? So, again, I don't want to go too far. In fact, I'm going to end it right there. I know it's a little bit short, but don't worry. I'm going to be getting another GM mode out very soon. I don't want to go ahead without you guys letting me know what we should do here, okay? Because once we figure it out, I'll know what to do. We can get a lot of simulating done. We can get to the playoffs really quickly, especially with the new rotate goalie option, okay? But let me put it like this. When it comes to the Quebec City Nordiques going forward, year 1, are we a playoff team? If yes, if no, okay? You guys got to decide that. Can we become a playoff team with free agency or trades? You guys think it's worthwhile? Or should we just sacrifice a year or two, get some draft picks, all right, get some top 10 picks, trade for some young players, all right, tank the season for the first 2 years, and then try to make the playoffs? I don't know. The way I see it, I think our team could be a 6 to 8 playoff team if we definitely get Brizgalov and maybe get another scoring forward and maybe a top 2 defenseman if we can, swing those trades. If not, though, then we can definitely trade away some older players and pick up some prospects, all right? But you guys can let me know. I'll leave it right there. The Florida Panthers are no more. The Quebec City Aces are here. They're here to stay, but we got to get off on the right foot, okay? I definitely want to be a dynasty 5 years in. So how do we get to that point? You guys let me know, and I will see you in the next video.